Good morning, everyone. Welcome to IGCSE Wizard. Hope you're having a great day. And today we'll be talking about how can you improve in maths, because as a student personally, I have seen a lot of my friends struggle and say maths is an insanely hard thing that just doesn't go into my head, where I was sitting beside them saying maths is fun. So basically today I'll be talking about how I made maths fun for me, how I became good at maths, and I'll also share how you can do the same. Okay, so first thing before I start off is that here's the content, but I just want to talk about that everyone has like an idea that maths is a very hard thing. It's human psychology that if you think something is hard, it's gonna be more hard for you when you're doing it. So basically, first of all, get the thing out of your head that maths is hard. It's actually not. You just need to perceive the thing that it's not hard. When you think that it's not hard, it's automatically gonna become easier for you. The more you think it's hard, the more your brain will deny to put that thing in your head, and you're always gonna keep thinking that maths is hard. So first, I'm gonna talk about how you can analyze the question, how can you solve the question, and how can you check your answer is correct. So first thing I'll tell, this is basically how you can solve the question in maths, but except for that, the general way, the only way to improve in maths is practice, practice, and practice. Without practice, you cannot improve in maths. So the more you practice, the better you're going to become at maths. But a lot of people find practice, but they cannot, they miss out on the question a lot. And in maths, your question is the main thing. If you don't understand the question, you will not be able to reach a solution. What I basically say is in maths, you find the answer in the question itself. Okay, let's talk about how you can analyze the question. First thing, read the question once. I have seen a lot of people who just read the question once and then like, okay, I'm gonna solve it. You really do not understand anything when you read it the first time. Your brain needs to go through it over and over again. If you just read the question once, you're gonna see when you're solving, you're looking back. When you're solving, you're looking back again, but you're not reading it properly. So what I'm gonna recommend, first read through the first time, and then when you're going through the second time, point out the things that are important to you. I will be showing the sample question. Point out the things that is important and relevant to the question, and then when you're reading the third time, understand what the task they're telling you to do. What do you need to do? What do you need to do to get to the answer? But that's more of a later stage. And then write down whatever is given. Let's say it's given that a rectangle has a length of this and the width of this. You're gonna write that down. L is equals to this, W is equals to this. Writing this down really helps. Okay, and if it's something more of geometry, something related to geometry, I recommend drawing a diagram unless it's really complicated. Unless like it's a circle theorem, or let's say a very complex diagram, I don't recommend you drawing that, but I recommend labeling the drawing that they have given. But else, if a diagram is not given and it's related to geometry, you generally should be drawing the diagram. Okay, let's look at the sample question first. Here, they're telling us to find the length of the side P. Okay, first I read this question. Now find the length of the side P. Now I'm gonna go back to the question, where is the side P? Okay, this is side P. Now I'm gonna mark this is the hypotenuse. I don't know if the spelling is correct, I just wrote it. Okay, so the hypotenuse is the side P. Now, what do I have in the question? They gave me a diagram. Do I need to again redraw it? Maybe no, because almost everything is given. So, and then you're gonna write down the variables. What's the angle? The angle is 43 degrees. Okay, you write this down, 43 degrees. And then, is this adjacent or the opposite? This side is with the angle, so it will be adjacent. I just took a simple question here, but I have some hard questions later down in the slide when we first finish the methods on how to do these things basically. Okay, so 43 degrees, you write that down. And is this adjacent? You're gonna question yourself, okay, is this adjacent or the opposite? Is this angle connected to this side? Yes, so this is adjacent. The adjacent is 35 meters. And you label the diagram. You can write H, O, and A. It really doesn't matter. I just wrote this for the sake of it. Okay, let's go. Now you understood the question. Now you got the variables. Now you got the information that you need. How you're gonna solve the question. Okay, first thing, read the question once again and break it down to the things you understand, and it's gonna help you to get to like how I can solve this question and what method I can use. Look at the information available and think what you can do with them to get the answer. I again explained here that whatever you have from here, once what you break down is gonna help you consider this part. And then approach your method one by one. Don't try to jumble everything up together. Maths, yes, the more calm you are, the better you do. So stay calm, go one by one, and you'll eventually reach your answer. If you panic and try to do everything, you're gonna make a huge mess, and then you're gonna be like, how did I get this impossible answer that's not even related to this question? Okay, again, breaking down the question, you're gonna look at this. Okay, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have these things. Now you are gonna consider your choices. Can I use sine theta, cosine theta, or tan theta? What do I have? I have adjacent and the angle. So I have theta for all of these. So I'm gonna cross this mark that I can, I have the angle. Now I have to decide from this part. Do I have the opposite? No. Do I need the hypotenuse? Yes. So hypotenuse, approved for these two. So I cannot use tan theta. Hypotenuse is there in only sine and cos. Now what do I have? Do I have the opposite or the adjacent? I have the adjacent, so I'm gonna pick cos theta. So cos theta is our winner in this case, and sine theta goes off the chart, and we really don't need to talk about this. Now cos theta, you just put this into the formula, reverse and like subject, and you will eventually get this answer. I hope I don't need to explain this because it's pretty simple. Now, checking your answer, I recommend this doing at the end of your exams instead of just, okay, I solved this, I'm gonna check the answer. I recommend doing this at the end of your exam just to check the validity. Now, there will be a lot of places where you can't check your own answer, but what I'm gonna recommend is check the ones that you can to be sure that you have solved it correctly. So now, how can we check that this one is correct? Now we got the hypotenuse is 47.9 from the question. Finding the side of P, we found 47.9 meters. Okay, and you have 35 meters here. Now we can use the exact same thing. We're going to use cos theta is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse, and we're going to be 35 over 47.9, and you can go cos inverse that to see if you get an approximate value of the angle. Again, this is not a relevant example because generally in IGCSE you won't get these really simple questions, but I hope you can relate to whatever I'm saying, that yeah, I can do this, maybe I can do that. Or here was another approach that you use these and the Pythagoras theorem to find the opposite side, and then tan theta is opposite over adjacent, and you can use that to find the angle if this works. Or you can use sine theta to check if opposite or hypotenuse. You could have checked all three different ways to see if you get this 43 degree. If you don't, your answer is wrong. You made a mistake somewhere. And if you get the same angle, it means that you are correct within, and thus you are sure that you got this thing correct. Okay, now this is a pretty simple question. I will move on to the this for that. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I took circle theorem mostly because my friends used to be like, bro, there's so much information, how do you even process all of these things and actually reach an answer? Again, you don't process all of the things at once. No one is telling you you have to understand all the things at once that are given. Oh my god, this is such a complex diagram. I agree, this is such a complex diagram, and that's why I'm not bothered to look at everything at once. One by one, step by step, you are eventually gonna get there. Okay, let's read the question. The points A, B, C, D, and E lie on the circle. Okay, now we know this is a circle. Always pay attention to that. It's not to scale. So even if you think, okay, like this is an isosceles triangle, this is not, because they strictly mention that this is this is not to scale. So even if you scale these, measure these, and get the same thing, it will not be an isosceles triangle. Stick to whatever the question says. Okay, back to the question. PAQ is a tangent to the circle at A. So where is E? P, A, and Q. Okay, it's a tangent. So now, do we need to realize anything from here? No, we're not solving the question yet. And EC is equals to EB. Now that they mentioned that these two sides are the same, you can get them. But if they did not mention that EC is not equal to, if they didn't mention this part, EC is equals to EB, you could not have solved this thinking that this is an isosceles triangle. Okay, ECB is equals to 80 degree and AB is equals to 40 degree. Okay, they gave us this information. Great. Now let's see. Find the values of V, W, X, Y, and Z. Okay, seems like a lot of things to consider here, but let's see what the question gave us. Again, the answer of the question lies within the question. So I'm going to erase this and let's see. They mentioned EC is equals to EB and ECB is equals to 80 degree. What do we know for our isosceles triangle is that the angle of the similar sides, the same sides are the same. So basically, this is, if this is 80 degree, W will also be 80 degrees. We're starting off where the question started. Okay, this is 80. I'm gonna increase the font a bit. Okay, here it goes, 80. Okay, next thing. What can we find here? Okay, I'm gonna erase this. I recommend using a pencil for exactly this reason, that you can erase and then you can go back. Okay, what can we get? Okay, this looks like a triangle. We already used it. Okay, what can we use to find Y, or what can we use to find V? Can we find V yet? No, because this part is also V, and we need the value of Y in order to get the value of V. Now let's see, can we make a cyclic quadrilateral? Yes, D, E, B, C. Yeah, I'm drawing an absolutely straight line, you can see. We can use this, or we can use, let's say this. Breaking down the question into more simple parts. This is really important when you're solving circle theorem question. Okay, now I got these two things, and what values can I get from it? What values can I get from it? We know that the opposite angles add up to 180 degree in a cyclic quadrilateral. So let's see, X and Z, and here's W. So we cannot write that X, we can write this actually. Let's write this down. Here X and Z, this is a cyclic quadrilateral. So X plus Z plus W is equals to 180 degree. We know this, but we don't know the values of X, Z, and W. Okay, passing it. So as we don't know the value, we're gonna get past it. We're just gonna keep it there. Next, here is again another, we don't have the value of this side, so we cannot use this and find the value of W. So instead we're gonna use this, because we have the 80 degree here and the value of Y. So now we know that, yeah, you can surely write on the side of the questions, it's absolutely fine. You're gonna go 80 plus Y is equals to, my bad, 180. So basically Y equals to 100. Okay, so I'm gonna write Y is equals to 100 out here. Sorry, 100. Okay, here we go. Now, as I got this, I'm gonna erase all of this because this looks like a visual clutter. Okay, back to the basic question again. Now what do we have? Do we have anything related to that here? No, we don't. So we can use the alternate segment theorem of this, this, and this to find the value of v. And what will be the value of v then? 40 to v, so it will be 40. Okay, so v is equals to 40, and you can see the alternate segment theorem right now in the screen if you're confused. Okay, now we got this, and now we have another circle theorem. Okay, we have the value of y, we have the value of v. What more do we need? 40. What can we do next? Okay, we can use the alternate segment theorem again for this triangle to get that this is also 40. Okay, my handwriting is absolutely awesome, so please don't mind that. Okay, this is also 40, and now it's like a no-brainer for us almost, that we have everything else and we just need this. So here it will become we got x is 40, we got z is we don't know yet, and we got w is equals to 80, so plus z is equals to 180. And now we can do z is equals to 180 minus 120, which gives us 60 degrees. Okay, so let's write z is equals to 60, and now let's check our answer. 40, 80, 40, 160. 40, 80, 40, 160. Okay, overall this was a pretty easy question. Just like keep your head down, keep it calm, and go step by step. That's all about it. Okay, a cuboid has a length of L, width of W, and height of H. Diagram. Okay, the diagram shows that the net of this cuboid, the ratio is this. Find the value of L. Okay, now I'm gonna read this again, and I'm gonna point out the task. Find the values of L, W, and H. This is our task. Next, this is a cuboid, and length, you really don't need to pay attention to this, I guess. And another thing is this. Okay, now let's see what information do we have on the diagram. Okay, so this is a cuboid, and I have this right here that to make it more simple, that what they basically did is here they put this side over here. It basically stays the same, and the concept again still stays the same. So now what am I gonna do? I'm gonna label the diagram. This is H. Okay, that means this side is the same, so I'm gonna write this as H. Labeling is really important because you don't want to get lost in the middle of the exam. Okay, now L. This is L because it's a cuboid again. Low. Again L. And also L. Okay, now this is H and this is W. So this is W, this is W. Do we need it? No. But this is height, so when you fold this thing, when you bend this thing 90 degrees to align with this, it's gonna be the same. So this is H, this is H, okay, and then we can also write another H here. Got it. Now what can we do? Okay, we label the diagram. Let's go to the next part. Let us use this W over L is equals to, okay, maybe I should put caps. W over L is equals to 1 over 2. Now that means that if we cross multiply, 2 goes with W and L goes with 1, so L is equals to 2W. So 1 length is equals to 2 of our width. We got this. Okay, now let's see, we have the length of the total ones here. What can we do with it? Okay, I missed a few labelings. That this would be H, and also this would be H. Okay, this will be H. Fine. Now let's see what we can do with this. This entire side is 20.1. So h plus a, okay, sorry, this will be w. I missed it because yeah, this is w, so this will be w. Now what can we get? So h plus w plus h, because if you are considering this straight up, this h is making up this part. So you can write down that h plus w plus h is equals to 20.1 centimeter. I'm not gonna mention the unit. You can keep a note of that, but you surely mention the unit. I'm just not writing it here to make it a bit short. Okay, we have, this is the first equation. This is the first equation. Okay, now what else can we get? We have this side, which is 37.8. So as we know that this is h, what makes up this? So L plus L, h plus h. So 2L plus 2h gives us 37.8. 2L plus 2h gives us 37.8. The more you break down the question, the easier maths is for you. Like, the more simple you can make this thing. I just made this thing into most like the simplest thing I could understand. And if you can understand something differently, you can absolutely turn it into something different. It's absolutely fine, but make sure that it doesn't ruin the actual question in that way. But okay, let's see. We got all of these, we got these equations, but we got a problem out here, don't we? We have this w, and here we don't have the w. Here is, this will come in. We have L is equals to 2w, so you can use this and write this as, so 2 into 2 will be 4, so 4w plus plus 2h is equals to 37.8, and we can rearrange this and write w plus 2h is equals to 20.1. Okay, now let's carry out elimination, because we have this 2h in both the places. The w plus 2h is equals to 20.1, and then 4w, I'm just going to give a space here to make it like easier. 4w plus 2h is equals to 37.8. Now we'll be subtracting, so this will give us okay, so w, okay, we're gonna get minus 3 hello, minus 3w, yep, minus 3w, and with 2h is gonna get eliminated, and the rest we're gonna have is where's my calculator at? And I'm gonna just carry this here. Then 20.1 minus 37.8 minus 17.7 minus 17.7. Okay, as minus is on both sides, we can cancel out the minus and go w is equals to 17.7 over 3. W will be 17, okay, clear, 17, hello, 17.7 over 3, 5.9. So the w's width will be 5.9. Now what's the easiest way to find the next variable? Yeah, do we substitute into one of these? Yeah, we surely can find the height, but what's the next easier method? We have L is equals to 2w. So L is equals to 2 multiplied by 5.9. What do we get? 2 into 5.9, 11.8. L is equals to 11.8 centimeter. Okay, and now what's the next thing we can do? Substitute the width into this. Let's see, w is 5.9 plus 2h is equals to 20.1. and then we can go h. I'm just going a bit more direct. 20.1 minus 5.9, and then that entire thing divided by 2. Okay, let's see. 20.1 20.1 minus 5.9. Wow, damn bro. 20.1 minus 5.9 divided by 2, so 7.1. We got height is equals to 7.1 centimeter. Now how do we check that this is correct? Again, we can check this one in a way. Okay, let's say that this is HWH. So let's clear this up. What's the value of H we have? 7.1. 7.1 plus, what's the value of W we have? 5.9 plus, and what's the value of H we have again? 7.1. We get 20.1. Yeah, we get 20.1. That's correct. Let's look at this side. L. Okay, I'm making. So let's do this. 7.1 plus H is, hello, H. Okay, I put the wrong values. L is 11.8 plus H is 7.1 plus 11.8 plus 7.1. That is 7.8 to 7.8. We got this. Now in exam you won't be having the mark scheme to check, but this is the way you can check and get that your answer is correct. Let's check the answer. 11.8, 5.9, 7.1, 11.8, 5.9, 7.1. So this is basically how you break down a question into simple parts and solve it. Again, don't think maths is hard. If you think, it's gonna make it way worse. Anyways, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, like, share and subscribe. If it helped you out, share it to your other friends. And that's it for the day, and hope you have a great day. See you in the next one.